Hi, hello, welcome to Paisa, Vasool. As always, I'm your host, Sravan. We've got Tarun here with us.
Hello.
We're back after a bit of a break after the Sankranti Pongal releases. We decided to watch your favorite actor, Ajith Kumar's Vidaamuyarchi. Coincidentally, it's the first time you've seen an Ajith film.
Never seen one of his movies before.
So this was your first experience in the cinema as well. A little bit of background on the movie. It's directed by, I hope I'm saying this right, Magar Tirumeni. It's got the Z in it, so I always get mixed up with the Z. I think it's meant to be like a sound.
Yeah.
In like ZH in Tamil. So I think it's Magar Tirumeni.
Yeah.
I looked up what he's done in the past, and I couldn't really. He's done like 5 films, and I couldn't really recognize any of them. Music is by Anirudh in this one. It's not. I mean, there's a couple
There's
of songs.
one song.
Yeah.
Or is there 2 songs?
I think there's like some in the background, I think.
Yeah.
But there's one like a proper song, I guess. In terms of supporting cast, it's a pretty contained film, so it doesn't have that many actors, but Trisha is the female lead, and Action King Arjun is one of the
male lead. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess he plays
Oh, sorry, he's the villain, I guess. Yeah.
He plays one of the characters in the film, and then Regina of Subramaniam for Sale fame.
Yeah.
Is in this film as well. I didn't watch any of the trailers or anything before I watched the film, so I didn't really know what we were going in for. I do know that Ajith is meant to be like a huge, kind of like a mass hero, like Vijay, essentially. But this movie is not a mass film at all. It's quite a genre-driven film, so it's like a thriller. It's what I didn't mention is it's a remake of the 1997 Hollywood film Breakdown.
Yeah. I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it either.
Yeah.
But I can see I think they basically stuck to the premise of the film, which is their husband and wife are on a road trip. Their car breaks down, and then the wife gets kidnapped, and the husband tries to find her. Is the basic story, and it kind of sticks to that. Like, it doesn't really veer. There's like some backstories for all the characters, but apart from that, it doesn't really go off that path. So what did you think of the film? Your first
Ajith movie.
Yeah.
How old's Ajith? Is he old? He looks
50
pretty old.
maybe? Yeah. Like, he's not, I think he's about as old as like Vijay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so similar age. Yeah.
I'll look up how old he's not that old though. Like, he's not like 70 or something.
No.
Yeah.
He doesn't look that old.
Yeah.
He obviously looks
He's 53.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
He does racing and stuff as well, I guess, so he has to be relatively young to do that.
Yeah.
I thought the movie was okay.
Yeah.
I thought the first half was probably better than the second half. Some of the action was okay, but overall, like you said, it's a story-driven movie, which was probably the highlight of it, but at times the story is, especially in the second half, it drags, I felt like. Whereas, the first half was a bit more brisk and stuff kept happening, so it kept it going. So that's why it's only okay. But I think it's a good attempt at something a bit different. Not knowing what Ajith normally does. I'm guessing this is not what he normally does, but it was slightly different, which I liked.
Yeah. Well, he did like 4 or 5 films with the director of Kanguva.
Yeah.
Shiva.
I can't imagine they're good.
Yeah. I can't imagine they're like this. So I feel like those are probably a bit more like regular commercial films. I did like the cinematography in this as well. It's all based in
Baku.
Azerbaijan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like between Azerbaijan and Georgia. I think they're driving to Georgia.
Baku.
Yeah. Or Tbilisi.
Tbilisi.
Yeah.
From Baku to Tbilisi.
Yeah. Baku's in Azerbaijan. So it's all based in that, like in the outskirts of that, I guess. It's like, it's all in like remote areas mostly. But I thought all the cinematography was good. There's a couple of decent action points in the second half.
Yeah. They were okay. They weren't too bad. Yeah.
But it's primarily driven by the story. So like, I was expecting like Ajith at some stage to just become like this unstoppable force. Like
which he
it kind of
kind of
does. It
does.
kind of
Yeah.
does, but like
I thought that was a bit of a weird turn because he's meant to be a software engineer in the movie or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
But then he ends up just beating up a lot of guys
Towards the end, yeah.
without like. I thought there would be a flashback or something where it's explained why he's could
So
beat
good at
up
fighting.
people. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
But there
Yeah.
isn't. He just
yeah.
beats up people. Yeah.
And I thought there'd be some link between the villains and like there is a link, but it's not really.
Tenuous.
Yeah, but otherwise, yeah, it's not bad. Like it's a different attempt, like you said, and it's long. It's about 2.5 hours. So I think like some parts could have been cut down. It is a slow burn, so it kind of really builds in the first half, and then in the second half, it's a bit more action oriented. But yeah, not what I expected actually from the movie. So going in, I thought it would be I sort of knew the premise, but I thought it would be much more of a mass film, like with with Ajith, like the same thing, but more massy. But it's not really.
Only the last half an hour really is a bit more like that.
Yeah, and Ajith, I guess he just doesn't really care how he looks. Like he looks his age, so he just and the character he plays is meant to be older, so
that age.
Yeah.
I thought it was. I don't think it's completely different though. I think the first half is different, but then the second half they're like, we're just going to do a mass movie now.
Yeah, I don't know what happens in Break. I guessing this sort of what happens in Breakdown, but like yeah, but he does fight a lot of guys in the second half. I don't think he actually kills anyone towards the end though, like until the end.
He does kill a lot of people at the end though. Yeah.
Like before that, like climax fight, I don't think he actually specifically tries to kill anyone. But then in the climax he definitely does. So it had like some, I would say like not exactly John Wick vibes, but sort of like without the backstory. So he's just a guy and he just starts
John Wicking about. But I thought because it's a story-based movie, you expect there to be some explanation for some stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas it doesn't really delve that deep, which is why it's probably not as good as it could have been.
So after we watched the movie, I did like look up what Ajith does because he doesn't really release movies that often. So he does a lot of racing stuff. So it's almost like he does
movies to fund his racing career.
Pretty much. Yeah. So it's like he does a movie when he needs to do a movie, essentially. And otherwise looks like he's more focused on racing stuff. But he does have another movie coming out in like 3 months. So
needs some upgrades for the car.
Yeah. So the next movie is called Good, Bad, and Ugly.
Yep. Yeah. Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, the Western.
Yeah.
He just does Hollywood remakes now.
Yeah.
But that one looks like it's a bit more of a more commercial, normal mass movie.
Are people going to call me Vijay fans now?
Now that we said, we didn't say it was bad though.
We did say it was bad, but I didn't say Goat was bad either.
Yeah. But it's interesting because Vijay's not going to really do movies anymore. It looks like Ajith just does it when he needs to. So he doesn't really do movies that often either. So they don't really have like.
I saw an article on Reddit where they were worried that there's no young Tamil stars that kind of can take over from the guys that are going to retire.
Yeah.
Which is going to be essentially Rajini, Kamal Hassan, Ajith, Vijay.
Yeah.
The only guys that are left will be like SK, and I think there's some other guys. Surya, yeah. Surya only makes bad movies. Vikram, who hasn't had a good movie in a while as well.
Yeah.
I think there's some other guys, but they don't really
They're not really
big
that
movies.
young though. Like Surya's not
that young.
Surya's
SK's not that young.
SK is probably the youngest at it. Like SK is mid-30s or like
I think it's 40.
Early 40, yeah. But like Surya's like 50.
Vikram's old,
like 50, yeah.
Yeah, there's no real like young stars in the Tamil industry. But I'm sure there'll be people that will come up, yeah.
It's not like in Telugu where you have like a bunch of younger superstars. I wouldn't say they're not
I
really
don't
that
think they're
young.
superstars, but yeah, and they're not that young either.
Yeah,
There's no
yeah.
like people. No one's got anyone in the industry that's like 20 years old, except in maybe Hindi that they do that. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, and even like the younger superstars in Telugu are like 40.
they're like 30, 40.
Yeah, they're probably like SK that.
Like Vijay Deverakonda's like 30 something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and like Nani and like
Nani's like 40.
yeah,
Yeah.
and NTR and Ramcharan and those guys are like 40 as well.
They're
So,
40. Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, but Vidaamuyarchi, not bad.
It's all right.
Yeah, I think it's worth a watch on
Odd streaming.
streaming.
Maybe. Yeah.
It's not a bad time. Next film that we'll review is probably. Should we watch Chhaava? I've heard it's really good.
Nah.
Everything I've heard about it is it's meant to be pretty good, and we haven't reviewed an India film yet.
We'll do War 2.
Yeah, that's later in the year.
It's soon-ish, I think. Yeah.
I don't think that will be that good, but
we'll do it. We're gonna do it.
But apart from that, I don't think there's that much stuff.
Is there something coming out soon?
I don't think there's anything till like April. Hit 3's in May.
I know that Vijay Deverakonda movie is coming out in May.
May, yeah. Kingdom, yeah. The trailer just came out.
Yeah.
Could be good. Could be
by the director of Jersey.
Yeah. Could be his first good movie in like
10 years.
While. Yeah. A long time. Yeah. Anyway, we'll see. There'll probably
we might watch Chhaava. We'll see. Yeah.
I think Chhaava's meant to be quite good, so we'll see. We'll see if we can watch it. It's already been a couple of weeks since it's come out, so maybe it came out it came out the week after Vidaamuyarchi. No worries. Let us know your thoughts on Vidaamuyarchi. How do they go about it if they want to get in touch with us?
So we're on all social media platforms at Paisa Vasool, or you can contact us at cognitiverecalibrationpodcast@gmail.com.
And obviously subscribe, like, leave a comment if you want to on this video. I don't think there's anything else much to say about this movie. I did like the backstories for the spoilers
Villain
now.
Backstories.
Yeah, spoilers now. So if you haven't seen the movie, go watch it. So spoilers. I did like the backstories for the villains. They were short, but
yeah, I thought it slowed down the movie a little bit.
Yeah,
I thought they could have
it probably
done without
wasn't required to be honest, but like it was interesting.
I thought it was unnecessary because it was interesting, but it slowed down the movie. The pace was chopped like brisk and it was going, and then they
cut
have a standstill and they cut to that, which I thought made the second half feel long. So yeah,
they had quite a significant amount of backstory for Ajith and Trisha as well.
Yeah, which I think is relevant for the movie. Yeah, which is good, but and
it kind of like intercuts between present and past as well. So, yeah. So that was fine. And then like there's a part where he goes into like this Georgian guy's house. Like
and
there's a fight scene.
Beats everyone up. Yeah.
And they're like kind of give that guy a bit of like there's like a 5-minute scene where they just go into that house and he's like with his family and there's like
unnecessary. There's
like this lady and the little kid and his mum or something and like
slowed down the pace. Yeah. Unnecessary. Yeah.
And also was his mum trying to shoot Ajith?
Yes.
And she just wasn't a good aim?
Yes.
Okay. I was confused because like she was berating her son as well, like before. So I'm like, did she just want to kill her son for some reason? But like,
no. Yeah. I thought that whole scene was unnecessary. Yeah. That's kind of the stuff in the second half. I'm like, this is dragging. This is dragging so much.
Yeah. But then after that, like, pretty much after that, he just goes and finds them and then just beats everyone up.
Yeah.
That's the end. Anyway, that's our thoughts on this movie. But we'll see in the next one, I guess. There's whatever it is. So stay tuned.